Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Robert, this is Daniel, and we're gonna be doing a oil change today. Well, he's gonna be doing it, and I'll be putting some character to it. But this is a TL8 Takeuchi, and we're doing an oil change from oil change kit you can get on our website, shop.equipmentshare.com. So we're gonna give you tips, tricks, and how to get to it and get it done right and get you back to work and back on the job site. All right, let's go.
These are the tools we're going to be needing today to do the oil change on the TL8R. Filter wrenches, sockets, wrench, a gun, and some wrenches. First thing we did is disconnect the battery, just to be safe, you know, nothing turns on while we're doing the oil change. Now, observing where the filters are, very easy to spot. Two under the cab, one down here for the oil. And in order to reach this one, we gotta swing the radiator out. You need a 19mm socket. 1, 2. Once you get those off, there's a little hinge right here. You're gonna pull it up and you can swing it out. Once you pull the hinge out, you just swing it open. Once you swing out the radiator, we could easily identify our oil filter, which is down in the corner. And also we could check our belts, make sure, you know, they're still in good condition, not cracked or anything, missing the little rivets. You have to go under, take off the underguards to access the oil bung.
Okay, Vanna White here helping out. This is a 17, right, for the oil plug?
Yes, sir. Let's crawl under here. Low clearance. One. Whoa! Oh yeah. That's how we never stay right under it.
Tip of the day.
So in order to drain the oil, it's like a little coupler. You put it in with a little tube, sticks it out. You have to go right under. As soon as you insert, it starts to drain. Here's the drain tube.
The dongle.
Pretty simple. Insert, drains.
All right. All right, here comes the fun part. Let's get under here. Any tips or tricks here?
Yeah, trying to get it on yourself.
There you go.
I will let it cool down, maybe about 10 minutes if you're really worried about it being hot. Okay. We got the oil flowing. You can probably see it if you stick it in there, camera. And now I'm gonna open the oil cap so more airflow can go in. I'm gonna open this oil cap so air could help it drain faster at the bottom.
We're gonna go through a lot of rags on this project.
Probably not too much.
Yeah.
But it's always good to have enough rags. You know, you don't want it spilling everywhere on the ground. So after you reuse the rags, you know, get some oil on them, a little spillage. Or if you don't have any rags, you guys use paper towels or something. Make sure to pick it up and dispose of them correctly.
Filter wrench time.
You gotta select the right size.
Whoa.
Could be a little tight, so give a little muscle. There you go. And then the rest you can just do it by hand. Make sure to drop it in the rag.
She is.
There she is.
Woo.
Another pan just to drain the oil filter. Because you don't want it just sitting around in case you knock it over or something, you know.
Okay, so while the oil is draining, we're gonna make the most of our time. We can multitask. We're gonna run to the next section. So Daniel's getting the cab open. Woohoo! All right, Dan, what are we doing now?
Now, since we're still waiting for the oil to drain, we're gonna go on ahead and change out the 2 fuel filters.
Sweet.
If you lift the cab up, there's a little safety lock right here. Insert it. Make sure to put both sides in it. So lock it in, because you don't want that cab coming down on you. There's 1, there's 2. That'd be a little harder to reach, but it won't be too bad. There you go, for free. It's gonna be a little bit of pressure, not crazy pressure, but it will spill some. Always good to put rags in there. There you go. See, not much. Good thing these filter wrenches are easy to use. Slide it in and pull. There you go. Now be mindful, if this engine was just turned off a while ago, this exhaust could be hot.
Ooh.
So be mindful of that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay. Also, the same with this one. A little bit of fuel's coming out. Shouldn't be too much though. Be okay.
Ooh.
See how it's a little thing? So what I like to do is I'll grab a rag and I'll put it right on top.
Okay, cracking the seal. Fresh.
Brand
filter.
new.
Brand new. Comes in the kit.
Very simple. Now what I like to do before I put these in, I'll grab a rag and clean the contact surface of the oil filter. When you have a fresh oil filter, make sure you grab a little bit of oil, place it around the sealant right here. Right around. There we go.
Why do that?
It just helps seals better. Sometimes when you put it in, very rarely it happens, but this could like rip apart. It doesn't really happen, but just make sure it's a good safety, you know?
More than hand tight?
About hand tight is actually pretty normal. Usually when I use a filter wrench, because the heat would expand, and when it cools down, you know, the metal expands and retracts. But when you put in a fresh new one, hand tight, once it makes contact, it would say about half a turn to a full turn after.
Okay, here we go. New fuel filter here. It says Kubota on it. I know it's a Takeuchi, but this is a Kubota engine in the Takeuchi. So here we go. New.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just grabbing a little bit of fuel. Do the same thing right here. Same thing with like the oil filter. Make sure you see it correctly.
Hand tight.
Yes, hand tight. Ah, there you go.
Number one assistant for Daniel. Fresh filter.
Thank you.
Boom. Okay. All right, so I believe there's some instructions on the filter.
Yes, there is. So, when you take off this little plastic, there's a gasket as well, just like the oil filters. You want to apply fuel to the surface of the gasket before screwing on. And once it makes contact, like it says right here, tighten 3/4 turn after filter gasket contacts base. So you spin, spin, spin. Once it touches, 3/4 turn tight, hand tight. I'm just grabbing fuel from the old one, put it on the gasket.
Could you cross thread?
Yes, you can. So be very careful. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Boom. The gasket made contact with the base, and we do a 1/4 of a turn. 3/4 of a turn, sorry. And if you can't get 3/4 of a turn, you can also still use the filter wrench to get the rest of it. There you go. We still got a very slow stream, but that's acceptable. We can stop it there.
How do you stop it?
So this drain tube you just spin it off. That's all you do. I spun it on and it automatically drained it, and I just spin it off.
So does it like puncture something that like
it kind of
stop valve?
It's kind of like a little coupler in a sense. It works in the same way. When you screw it on, it pushes it and opens it up.
Oh, cool.
When you screw it off, it just closes it.
That helps minimize
any spillage.
Yeah.
Really. Because if it was just like a little bolt, it'd be spilling everywhere, making a big mess. Putting back on the protective plate on the bottom.
Oh, cool.
Here we go. Doesn't have to be super tight. There you go.
Okay, progress report. We've gotten all the main filters done. I think we've got an air filter left, and fill it back up with fresh oil. Yeah?
And we're good to go.
Yeah, cool.
Could be a little dusty. I like to twist it off instead of just brute forcing it, because sometimes it gets stuck a little bit. Just twist. Brand new one. Ooh. There we go. And when you put the cap on, make sure the dust cap is facing downwards. Give it a good push. There you go.
Okay, so you want to know how much oil actually goes in your machine. Easy. You got to find the manual. So you can have a manual for the machine. You have a manual for the engine. And in the manual, you'll be able to find the engine block number, and that'll tell you how much oil. And then you can find it right here. I'll show you. So page 20 here, lots of different models. And for this machine here, we're going to be doing just about 3 gallons, 11.2 liters of oil. So right there in the maintenance section, you'll find all the information and how much you need. What do we got?
We got a funnel here for easy application of the oil. Pop it right in there. Your funnel may not always fit perfectly, so you got one hand holding the funnel and one applying the oil. Nice, easy pour.
Checking oil.
Checking oil. What I should do is when I pull out the dipstick, immediately clean it. Make sure it's all nice and clean, nice and shiny. These are your 2 indications of low and high, or full. Once you clean it out, put it back in, all the way down, and now pull it out again. As you can see, we're still short oil. Currently has 5 quarts.
Thirsty.
Oh yeah.
What do you find?
Perfectly filled engine.
Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. Gold. All right.
Actually, on the cross thread this thing. There we go. This is also just hand tight. So now we pretty much finished up our oil change and everything. I like to still give a final inspection. Put things around, you know, any wires, hoses, fittings, you know, if something looks out of place, you can spot it. It's better to check it now since you have this out of the way to look more easily down at the bottom. But everything looks squared away, so go ahead and close it up. Put this right here. This is a lock right here. And here's a pin. Those pins wrestling me. There we go. All right. There we go. cast. Remove the safety pin. Slide it out. Now we can bring it down. Be mindful of your step. Make sure you always have 3 footholds. So 1, 2, 3 at least. Grab, pull down.
Your protection time. Cheers.
Cheers. Woo. So we're gonna be using our air gun. It's a really loud gun, so you wanna make sure you wanna minimize any damaging noises going into your ears. Console's in the way, so you could use like a little swivel head. Don't need to use too much power. Check this one again. There we go. When you always disconnect the battery, always disconnect black first. It's a little tight space, so you get it. Once you tighten it up, give it a little moving right there, see? Tighten it up, there we go.
What are you looking for?
Just looking for things like make sure the battery's connected. Obviously it turns on. There's no codes or anything, but it looks like we're good to fire. And what I'm doing is just observing the panel in front of me. Make sure there's nothing. See how it turned off right there? You know how we installed the filters? The pump still needs to prime to fill up that empty space in the filters. It's okay if it turns off. Turn it off, turn it back on, hear the beep. And if you go to the back of the engine, you can hear a little you can hear the fuel pump working. It's working to fill up that empty space in the fuel filters. Give a little bit of time. There's a lot of lines and crevices the fuel has to go through. And it might turn off, might not, but we got it going. 70mm. There we go.
Okay, there we have it. Oil kit has been completed. Daniel, you did a great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So there you have it. Tips, tricks. What was the biggest thing you take away from this?
Biggest thing would be
Cleanliness.
cleanliness. Yeah.
Kind of just
clean,
controlling the spill.
Yeah, because there's always going to be spillage. You might get some a little bit, but you know, just try to contain it as much as possible.
Right. Now she's ready to go.
Oh, she's ready for the next job.
Good job. Go to shop.equipmentshare.com. You can pick up this kit for the Takeuchi TL8 and all the other models that Takeuchi offers. Enjoy. See ya.